Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. I don't know what to say about this car. You saw the pictures, you saw underneath of it. I'm talking quietly so that I don't disturb you while you're thinking about how do I get this car into my garage. Tone, I'm gonna call you. You need to help me get this car in my garage because it is very rare we run across one of these. All right, so back into the video mode that we talked about. It was a subliminal message I just sent you. You probably didn't even pick up on that, right? All right, Mustangs. Great cars to start out with. Huge levels of restoration available. Huge level. You say, well, Mustang prices are all over the place. Yeah, for a reason. To do one of these cars properly, you can easily spend $100,000. And I say $100,000, you say, oh, a Mustang for $100,000. Well, first off, try to find a 428 Cobra Jet 4-speed to start with. Still all original, matching numbers, loaded with options. We're going to go over that next. But try to find one of those to start with. You're going to spend quite a bit of money just to set the restoration process in place. 3 years later, if you could find somebody to start on it today, right, you might be able to pick this car up and you've written your last check in for 100 grand. That's why these are such great deals, because they're less than the restoration cost. It doesn't take 3 years to do it and you get frustrated. If you've never restored a car, man, let me tell you something. It's like having a part-time job. It requires so much involvement in the process with the other person, or it can be a $150,000 restoration if you're not involved at all right? I see Corvettes now, mid-year Corvettes, and it is in first-gen cars now at the $150,000 mark for restorations. That's what they cost. That's why when you look at the picture of this car underneath, you see the video of this car and whatever, if you can afford this car, you need to get this car because it is continuing its climb up because so few of the 428s are out there. All right, so as we walk around the car, let's check out some paint first, right? Love this color, man. Love this color. And when you go to a car show in this car, check out how clear every letter is in there. When you go to a car show in this car, and these reflective stripes on the side, right? They look cool because they're gold, but when the light hits these things, they pop. And then you throw in original style, period correct Goodyear Polyglass GTs, 15-inch chrome magnums, right? Disc brakes inside here. And you say, wow, it's got disc brakes, so what? Every car has disc brakes. No. A lot of Mopars, a lot of Fords came with drum brakes, right? Disc brakes were optional. I know, right? Crazy? How do you stop that big car with drum brakes? My point exactly, all right? Okay, so as we walk around again, fit and finish. Look how nice the gaps are on the doors. Look at this. Everything lines up like it's supposed to, all right? 69 body, so the scoops are here. 70, you would have no scoops built into the side of the car, all right? Also, as we walk around too, check out the finish of the tail panel. The correct tips on the back, all right? And as we look on here, look at how detailed everything is underneath there. You can see it on the tile. Actually, look at the tile there. Look how beautiful this car is underneath. That's a nice looking floor we got here at Fleming's Ultimate Garage, I might add. All right? Okay, let's keep rolling around. And you look at fit and finish. You look at every single item that's either been replated, replaced, or restored on the car. This is a new 69 428 Mach 1, okay? And a great looking body style to add on top of that. So let's say you wanted to change or add a couple small things. You could do that without changing the value of the car. Let's say you like the idea of the rear wing and a front spoiler. We could add those on there if you wanted to. Not a big deal. And I think that you can always go back to, if you wanted to take them off, you can do that as well. So that's always kind of one of those things. You can also add louvers too. We do that for a lot of people for their show cars because they like it a certain way. That's the way they like it. And then you can always remove it, or the next owner, if you decide to sell it someday, can do that for you. All right, let's take a peek under the hood because the value is tied up really in the hood and what's underneath of it. All right, I'm getting teased by Colin right now because it says it's my favorite subject, hood pins. Well, first off, hot wife. My hot wife's my favorite subject. But secondly, hood pins are second, for sure. They even beat maybe a nice cold beer because hood pins are the coolest thing out there. Think about this. On your casket, you should ask for hood pins. I'm getting them, and I think that they're going to buy them. I'm probably going to start marketing hood pins for caskets. Well, how cool would that be? You're not going anywhere, so what's it matter if you're locked down, right? And I'll give you a book, I'll give you something to read, you're going to be there for a little while, and this way you can have these now instead of worrying about them later. All right, so let's take a peek under here. All right, this, my friend, is what we call a show detailed engine compartment. So come on up here and we look at some things. I want to point some of that stuff out. For instance, like the wiring here, all right, has the correct wrappers on it. The battery topper here, stamped correctly, voltage regulator, all right? tower clamps like they're supposed to be. The power steering pump is a different color than the block like it's supposed to be. This is the bracket, a different color than it's supposed to be. The location of the coil is the way it's supposed to be, all right? The correct call-outs for the air cleaner. It doesn't have a horn on the 428s. Some of the other ones had dual horns. The 428s did not get that. You can see body, paint, and things like that. The stickers that are back there, this is detailed to go to a show. You don't have to go to a show, man. You could just go to work in this car or open it in your garage and have a drink while you dust it off, put a little spray wax here, put a little spray wax there, maybe go for a ride and put it back in the garage. It is therapy like you've never experienced before. All right, so let's do this because this is another important part of it. That's the detail of the trunk, all right? This has a fold-down rear seat, okay, with the correct handle in it so you can pull it back up, all right? And then the tartan mat like it's supposed to, and then it's painted and detailed here with the correct stickers. The gas tank is new, the bolts are new, the wiring, like you say, like check this out for a second. Come in here, look at this for a second. The wiring here is all new. The cadmium plating on the taillight bulb housings is new. You say, well, Tom, what's the big deal about that? Well, the big deal about that is it costs a lot of money to do all of that stuff. Rewire the whole car, right? All new sockets, bulbs, taillight lenses, bezels, gas cap door, bumpers. It just adds up. You have no idea. That's why I get so excited about a car like this that I know that's completely done. It's turnkey. Like you get in it and you go to a show if that's what you want to do, or you get in it and you go to work and you have some fun, man, or you take another couple out to dinner, you take the kids out and they can feel the rumble of a car that they've never felt before. They get in a car that has window cranks and they're like, what are those? That's why you buy this car. All right, so come on in. We're going to start right here with the interior. So this gives it that coupe look. We know that that folds down in the back, so you have a pass-through there. Let's say you decide to take this car skiing. Can you imagine going to skiing in your Mach 1? Somebody probably did in time, huh? Anyway, this looks great because if you're just taking two people, it gives it that sports car look, has a place to tie down some luggage if you want to put that. Or if you want to take the kids or another couple, look at even the brackets and the trim. The light is working back here. The locks work like they're supposed to, okay? Then you just fold this like that. Look how beautiful the upholstery is. Carpets. The red in here is supposed to be there. A lot of people look at it and go, that looks a little strange. Well, if you don't love it, you can put black mats on top of it. Ask us, we can order you a set of black Mach 1 mats. But this is actually the way the carpet came on a Mach 1. All right, so there's plenty of room back here for adults. All right, and then this red strip right here in the middle, another Mach 1 feature. All right. So as we get in and I say to you, well, wow, this is a great car. Why is it a great car? For instance, there's a light that shines down on the key right here. Colin, can you see that? Okay, it's working. It's shining down on the key so you can see it. Nobody ever makes that work, right? The clock is working. That never works, right? The correct seat belts, all right? Console. Rim blow steering wheel. That's how it works. It doesn't work like this. Okay, it works with the horn honked right inside here, which is really cool. Full gauges, including a tachometer, right? 120 mile an hour speedometer. So when you think about this car, and we run down the list of things that are on it, it has a lot of options, right? The console, the radio is an option. The gauge package is an option. Rim blow is an option. Power disc brakes is an option. Power steering is an option, right? Rear end ratio is an option. This car was really expensive for its time, hence the reason why we felt that you should have the Marty report for this car. So we have the original one, and you can get, this is just a copy of it that we keep here for everybody, but when you think about it, this is a pretty rare car. It's one of 900. One of 900. They built 200,000 Mustangs that year. It's one of 900 in this color combination with the 428, okay? Out of all 428s, it's one of 1,400 total, which is a pretty impressive number when you think about less than 1% of build. All right, and then you got this right here. You throw that into the mix. So not only is the car rare, not only is the car loaded, but it's got a spectacular restoration. That's why I get so excited. And that's why I'm saying to you, take some action and find yourself something that could change your life. All right, so we close up on this Royal Maroon Mach 1. Here's a nice little poster board, just showing you the detail underneath the car in case you couldn't see it in the pictures. And you say, you know, this car drives so beautifully. And the reason why it drives so beautifully is not because of the shiny paint on the exterior of the car or the new interior or the options. It's tied up in the underneath of the car. How a car is put together underneath determines if it goes straight, if it's rattly, if it squeaks, if it does all the things that would annoy you. This car is nice and tight, it feels good, it goes fast, and it is awesome. Anyway, if you can find a way to get one really, really nice 428 Mach 1 4-speed in your life, man, this is the car. Call us, 301-816-1000. We'll tell you all about it. How about we fire up this big mama motor, huh?